Hangin with Denny.
What's up, people? Denny here. Oh, I'm so stoked in the studio today. I'm hanging with a Jersey Shore. Right?
Forever.
For
lifer.
My man, Jamie Brown. What's up, dude?
What's up, brother? Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah,
Thanks
man.
for having me.
Good to meet you. Thanks for being here.
Appreciate it.
Stoked to have musicians in here.
Me too.
Especially yourself.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about, you're from New Jersey?
Born and raised Jersey Shore my
Yeah.
whole life. Grew up born in Asbury, then a small little town in Interlaken, and right now we just moved into Monmouth Beach, New Jersey, and I've been playing the Jersey Shore circuit for almost 20 years. So this is all I've ever known, all I ever want to know. So
Yeah. How's it go from, for those of you in Jersey, you'll know the difference between Interlaken and Monmouth Beach, but Interlaken's like a funky, cool little hip town, right?
Yeah, small, super small. It's just a little bubble that nobody knows unless you're from here. And just, again, you're growing up, everything's a beach shore town, and the biggest piece of it, if you're into it, is surf and music. So for me, it was the music, and that just changed my life since I was a little kid and always been a part of me.
So what got you into music? What was that first, itch?
First itch was probably, I know it's in my blood. My biological father's a musician.
Oh, wow, okay.
So I was actually in college, and I needed 3 credits to graduate. I was a little bit short, and my buddy's like, why don't you just take a guitar course? Took one, and it was just kind of just by chance. I had a bunch of friends that played, and I was always jealous. So I was the guy in the crowd, and I wanted to be on the stage. And little by little, I just kind of lied my way into the Shore scene, saying I knew more than I did. And
right.
Pop on and just sing the same song over and over. And
what was that song? You remember?
No Woman, No Cry. For sure. Yeah, that was it. Just I was a big reggae fan. I loved like the beach bands, and just seeing guys with like no shoes on, just playing acoustic. It was just a chill vibe, and that's kind of just what I've always been going for musically.
Well, I like that chill vibe. That whole thing that Jamie talks about is you always like, you come see me. It's like you're being on vacation without being on vacation.
100%.
Right?
Absolutely, man. No shoes, no shirt, like the whole, now Kenny Chesney's got that No Shoes Nation, and that's kind of like what I'm listening to every day. But for me, if you're coming to see me play, it's no shoes on.
Yeah.
Beer in hand, and even if you got work the next day, you won't remember it until you wake up tomorrow morning. So
I love that vibe. I love it. What is it about No Woman, No Cry? Was it something about that song? It was easy to remember? What was it?
It was just, I just always loved reggae because it was an easy genre of music to learn. And,
right.
Figure out on the guitar, and it just, the messages always spoke to me as far as, some of it's political. I'm not really into that stuff. But it was just more about inspiring your audience, and I think Bob always stood for that.
I love Bob Marley.
Yeah, whoever you wrote to.
If the music's good, then you dance.
That's it. It's just simplistic, and again, where we live, everybody loves reggae. It's just like you have to, even if you don't care for a certain band or whatever, that vibe, and you're at the restaurant, you're at a bar, it's like it goes. It makes sense.
Yeah.
So
what's your favorite shore spot to play? You have one?
Right now, Donovan's in the summer is
it's
a
back.
Hot spot. It's back.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I love playing there. The guys over there, it's a great group of family. The whole strip that I've been doing is just like Long Branch, Seabright, Highlands. There's a ton of great bars and managers that I work for. Ocean Place, Teak downtown in Red Bank, on the deck off the hook in Highlands. So Proving Grounds, just really, really good spots that have, post Sandy have really rebuilt themselves, and the people that are running them, have the interest of the locals in mind. So it's just been awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
So tell me when you're not playing out. Mm-hmm. You got a little kid, you said, right?
Yeah, she's 4.
She's
Cameron,
4.
Yeah.
How's that?
She's amazing. She's
What's her name?
Cameron.
Yeah.
She's a firecracker.
Look at your face. You light up like a light bulb.
She's just amazing. She's incredible. She's in pre-K right now, and I'm hoping, I'm just like wait when we're playing around in the house and stuff to see if she's got like the vocals and stuff. I'm just hoping she has a little Moana guitar, so that's as far as she's gotten so far. We'll see what happens.
Does she come see you play out? Has she been there?
Yeah, she loves dancing.
Does she dance her out? Yeah.
Mom brings her out, and she does enjoy it, so it's cool. And everywhere I play is, I try to cater to that. I want it to be like family friendly places.
I love
play
that.
During the daytime, like I said, that's kind of like my vibe, the happy hour scene. So kids are always welcome, and that makes it even more exciting for me now. My daughter can come out and hear me play. So
I think that's cool.
It is. It's awesome.
When you're home, do you sing? Do you guys sing? Does it like take a break from singing, or is it always?
It is a break. Everyone always asks me that. Like, do you sing to her every night? And it's like not so much.
Sure.
She's into the Disney thing, so all the Moana, Frozen, all that stuff. You know, it's got to start getting into my repertoire. That's what my wife's telling me. So
let it go. It's got to get in there
100%.
somewhere.
I figure I'll turn it into some reggae version. And
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, make it hype. So
do you take songs? So there's so much music and everybody has their own style and vibe, which we'll hear Jamie's vibe in a little bit, which is awesome. I love it. You got like a grunge, because I love you talk about Bob Marley, and then you do "Sex Is on Fire."
Yeah.
Right. So
absolutely.
I love that personally when you can go to all different genres.
Well, like we were talking about before, my whole thing is, I was never the greatest musician on the shore, and I was very young when I started. I was 21. I had no experience, and the guys I looked up to had been doing it for 20 years already. So breaking into the scene in the shore was very difficult. It still is today. So you really had to know somebody. And, it always humbled me because I had, a couple people who gave me big shots. Mike Dalton was one.
Yeah.
He's been doing it forever.
And Mike Dalton, does he have the Mike Dalton band?
Yeah. He gave me a shot, hooked me up, gave me some chances. And, when I got on stage, I wanted to do something different. How we were just saying, the top 40 thing was never really my scene either. And I always wanted to just play songs that everybody wanted to hear.
Right.
But I didn't want to just be a jukebox.
Sure.
Because when I would play songs.
Do this!
Right, yeah.
Bon Jovi! Which I've heard. If you watch
gosh.
Jamie's stuff, he's got great videos online. Your Facebook page and your JamieBrownBand.com is his website. But watching some of the videos, and anyway, as entertaining when you're doing stuff, especially for live singers, how is it when you're playing or you're segueing to another song and you hear Bon Jovi or Pink,
I love it because...
Love it?
I do. I absolutely love it. I love interacting with the crowd. And what I become known as is just like almost like an acoustic mashup DJ.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, so my vibe and what people know me as is I'll take that song that everybody wants to hear, even if you're requesting or you expect to hear, whether it's that Brown Eyed Girl, Margaritaville.
Yeah.
And I'll change the genre, a lot of reggae stuff, but I do a lot of mashups in and out. So typical show for me, you could hear something like I was playing Saturday night and someone wanted Bruno Mars, Uptown Funk. So I was doing Uptown Funk into Signed, Sealed, Delivered.
It's awesome.
In Another Brick in the Wall, back in Uptown, Thriller, Staying Alive. It was just like 6 or 7 songs, 15 minutes, and some people, it's either you love it or hate it, but most of the time people just appreciate that I'm give them something different.
Yeah, it's something different, but you give everybody a little taste.
Sure.
Right? 100%. You got the top 40, you got Motown, you got funk, you got some rock. So everybody.
But you'll never hear the jukebox version, and that's kind of where I pride myself. You'll hear the song. I'm one of those bands where it's like you're listening for 40 seconds, you're like, oh, that was it.
That's why I was stoked to have Jamie on, because you do stuff like that. Because I like something that's different.
Sure.
Right? Everybody can kind of go out there and sing Brown Eyed Girl.
Sure.
Right? But making Brown Eyed Girl a reggae version, or kind of doing, or kind of just make, or starting with a Bob Marley song, and 100%. Then it's
people appreciate it, and again, it's that vibe,
It's also an art. As well.
I hope so. I appreciate that. I just look at it as, people are coming out and, if you're like me and you're a family guy and this is your couple hours, away from everything, I want to make sure people, dig it, they enjoy it, and they kind of forget worries and work and everything else, even if it's just for those few hours. So
I think it's a big thing as an entertainer, or just being on that side as well. It's fun when I go to an event, my brain is clear, right? You could be having the worst day ever,
100%.
But you're there. Yeah. And you're in the zone.
You just get lost.
Yeah, people that you're entertaining and people are having a good time.
And they appreciate it, and I think people feed off of that too, being in the wedding industry, so I'm sure you see it, like bride and groom, the families, they just respect it, and they know they're getting what they asked for, and it's awesome.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it's, I love that. That's such a, if they see you're having a good time, they say they're going to have a good time.
It's easy, that it's not work, it's just fun.
It's, and you're like, wow, I get paid for this?
Yeah, right.
This is awesome. So now wait, you have the Jamie Brown Band.
Yes.
And then you're also obviously going acoustically by yourself, solo.
Yeah. So ever since I started, I've always been doing both. I ventured out, started as a solo artist up at Martell's, Point Pleasant.
Tiki Bar.
Yep, like 2002. I've been doing that. Started as a solo. I've done a million different solo duos and trios, and I do both. So it's, the ability of offering a bar or a private event or a wedding, either or, what do they want? If they want to solo me with somebody else, I've got a bunch of accompaniments in the band. The band members that play with me, they're just incredible too.
Right.
Good people, family guys, and been playing forever, really experienced. So
then you all vibe together, right?
100%.
This is cool.
Absolutely.
You prefer a solo, or with the band, you like one or the other better?
It's funny. I've been doing the band for the last 5 years. We were going heavy for 150 shows a year plus, and then this last year, since we made the move, the strip is predominantly during the winter solo, so it's been a long time since I've had to, you know, hone my skills, learn some new tunes.
Yeah, right.
Just with me, without having the accompaniment. But I've enjoyed it a lot. It's kind of taking me back to the beginning, the basics, and working on new styles, learning new mashups, new songs, and it's really broadened me up, I think, as a musician, made me appreciate what I do again.
Well, I think that's good that you said you're you're always learning.
100%.
I don't know everything.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool. You have to kind of stay current to some point,
you get
right?
complacent, and then if that's where you kind of lose your audience, you lose your fan base and everything. And I'm not saying that's what happened, but like you can get that way. And
Totally.
The last year's been awesome in that respect, that I feel like I've developed a new fan base that has only seen me play solo, and they really dig it. So I'm excited to bring the band out in the summertime at, like I said, Donovan's place. And I think it's going to be twice as better than it would have been. And
you have the same vibe. You kind of still mash up
100%.
Same thing acoustically or with the band.
When I'm acoustic, it's nice because I can play at a restaurant and you could be sitting down eating, know I'm there, and just appreciate what's going on. Or if I need to kick it up a notch, and anything from again, like a Bruce to In Your Eyes by Peter Gabriel, or I can give you some hip hop if you want that.
That'd be awesome.
Doesn't matter.
You throw back some Snoop.
100s, yeah.
But in a reggae, stuff like that.
It's different, man. I
love that stuff.
All I can say is come see me, check it out,
sure.
and you'll be like, wow, okay, I've never seen this before.
Yeah, and I said that's why I love that. But I also love that you can just do some background, right? You're hanging out. But then you do the whole entertaining thing as well.
Absolutely. And that's the thing with the music industry, I feel like, is, bands, you want to be able to have people enjoy you and hear you, but you can't dominate the room. Sometimes you go in and it's so loud and so obtrusive, it's tough to enjoy it, even if you're just, as a musician, if you go into a restaurant and sit down with your wife or whatever, and you're like, it's too loud, I can't hear that, man. You know what I mean? Like, I love it, I dig it, but it's got to tone it down a bit. So it's, and I've done both too. I was that guy for a while, where I came in, I thought I had to be like in your face with the wall of sound, and I was like, what am I doing? And again, that's the acoustic thing too, that I think people are starting to pick up more of. It wasn't as popular the last few years. It's starting to pick up, and people are really starting to appreciate just even solo acoustic acts, still bringing great music, a good vibe, good energy. It doesn't have to be a full band sound, no matter what bar you're at and what time of day or night.
Yeah, I mean, as you're an entertainer, bringing that, you don't need to bombard you. You can still be just as clever.
As long as you're good, and you're playing what people want to hear, and you're doing it your own way, that they'll listen. That's what I've learned. And then it takes years.
Of course, no, you got to learn. Yeah.
And I feel like I finally learned that. As long as you appreciate the craft and you put the time in it, and you respect each song one at a time.
Sure.
People will dig it.
Is there any song that you just I'm doing this again?
It used to be Margaritaville by Buffett, man.
I'm not a big fan of that song.
It's so funny. My wife Courtney, she'd rip me right now, but I used to hate him for years because it was just everybody wanted to hear play Buffett.
Right,
I'm like, that's old man music. And now it's like I found out he's playing the Art Center, and it's like we got to get tickets. Like I love him now. It's so funny. But again, that was like one band where I said, all right, if I don't play it, I won't get hired.
Right.
And me and my band, we've taken those Buffett songs and the Brown Eyed Girls and the American Girl and made them our own and changed them up. So now it's like, if I hear it on the record, it's not the same as when you hear us playing it, and I appreciate that. So now I actually kind of dig them.
That's funny. You go from completely hating them to digging them.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Hanging with Denny.